Hey.
Good everybody.
Hello.
It's Wednesday. It is Luscious Ladies live at lunchtime, and this is our debut. And we're just, I'm so excited, folks. For you guys, I'm Vicky. Welcome, the alcohol addiction disordered eating eliminator, and my other luscious, lovely lunchtime ladies are Lucy Wilkinson. Lucy, say hi.
Hi. Good afternoon, everybody.
And Jessica Staniforth. Hello, Jessica.
Hello, good afternoon all. How are we doing?
Excellent.
I
love
that bit, Jessica.
Yeah. It's like, woo, love it. Love it. So obviously this is our first one, and people are going to be like, well, who heck are you three? What are you up to and why? So let's just quickly kind of tell people what we're doing and why we're doing it. Because what we kind of thought we wanted to do was get three normal women who are all different ages with different life experiences and backgrounds, just talking about life, but coming at it from our sort of personal perspectives, but also together we kind of got a kind of interest, a pleasure, a passion to help people feel more confident, get joy out of life, no matter what it throws at them. And we're kind of basing ourselves on the lovely Loose Women that some of you may be familiar with. It's only been running for about 20 years. And we're not loose, but we are luscious. And so that's why we're here. We're going to talk about day-to-day topics that we hope you find interesting. And we'd love some interaction, and we'd love questions and topic ideas. So quickly, a little bit about ourselves. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to start with Lucy. Just tell people just kind of what you do and what your interests and stuff are.
Yeah, I'm Lucy, aka Louby Lou. I bring fun, joy, and laughter into everybody's lives, whether you're a little kid, a big kid, or a grown up. And yeah, my clown shows contain of real magic, but I say the real magic comes from within. And I'm also the founder of Magic Word Bracelets, which is a unique magic word, what brings you lots of light, love, and yeah, it's unique to you. I always say, be your magical self.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Fantastic. Jessica, tell us what you do. Who are you? What do you do?
Who am I today? So my name is Jessica. My business is under there is Sexucation. It says what it does on the tin. I sex educate. So I'm a 21st century sex educator. So I like to work with women and couples primarily to talk about sex in their lives now and help them through making some changes to make it even better, and also have a real passion for opening up the conversation so that we can really help the next generation and our kids and things like that really be comfortable to get rid of some of that fear and shame around the subject.
Brilliant. And this is what we all want to kind of do, isn't it? Is talk about stuff that kind of has been looked upon as a bit, oh, you better not discuss that in public, or it's a bit of shame. Oh, you're talking about sex. Oh, you're talking about being drinking a lot of alcohol, or over exercising too much, or it's just stuff that perhaps we keep hidden behind closed doors. But what we actually know is there's a lot of people doing it, and we want to get rid of the guilt and get rid of the shame, and just like be completely open about what is happening for so many people. So what we're going to do, our kind of format is, if you're wondering if there's a format, there sort of is. We're going to discuss some topics, and our aim is to be on for about 25-30 minutes. And so we're going to cover a couple of topics every week, and hopefully something topical is going to be one of them, and then something else that we just think that might be interesting, helpful, that's affected each one of us in a slightly different way. We might not agree with each other. We may have an argument, who knows? We will find out. So one of the topics that we're going to discuss today is magic. Now, obviously, Lucy, every time I say magic, I'm thinking about you because of your magic word bracelets, but more magic's been going on, hasn't it? Because we've had the summer solstice, and there's also a new moon in Capricorn. So who wants to kick off with what the summer solstice means? I can't say it's the means. And if you celebrated it and so on, take the floor, whoever wants to.
Oh, do you know what? Oh, that's
go.
I asked my daughter just literally like when we were walking down to Billy's bar before, and I said, "How do you say this again?" Because I just keep going summer like that. How do you say it, Jessica? Jessica will know.
What, summer solstice?
Yeah, solstice.
Yeah,
it just comes out wrong.
You've made it like I'm thinking, have I been saying it wrong all this time? Like,
but I always think Stonehenge and stuff. So, but
Yeah.
it's obviously it's more than that, isn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you do, Lucy. I thought it was really interesting because me and Vicky quickly like we were talking about this the other day, and I've admitted, I think, to you both before, I'm not in that space yet. I find it really, really fascinating, like everything around it and everything around like that kind of magical space that it kind of creates. Yeah, I'm still really new to it, but it's fascinating, and I'm very sort of scientific in the way that I work. And so I'm looking for that science. And I've always thought about it as something that was just like, oh, it's just, for people more in tune than I am and all this kind of stuff. But actually how deep it really is and how much there is behind all this, like how the moons work and all this kind of stuff. And I find it fascinating. So yeah, I'm still learning. I'm trying to work out, like, yesterday I was going, do I feel different? I was like, oh, like, did something happen yesterday? Like, I wasn't sure. I
know. Oh, 100% that as well, Jessica. And also I'm around people who are who probably not aware of what has gone over the past couple of days, but then strangely been saying things to me because my husband he calls this, oh, shut up. If I start going on about anything like this, he's like, I just feel like this because I feel like this. Okay. So he come home from work the other day on Monday and he went, I don't feel depressed, but because he's not a depressed kind of person. I don't feel depressed, but he went, but I don't feel right. And I was like, oh, and I went, well, let me tell you. And he was like, no, but then more and more, like the days have gone on, exactly that. I'm like thinking, am I feeling like this because of the energies? But then my friend texted me this morning saying, can you help me? Because I feel really like I've no energy over these past couple of days. And I don't know what's up with me. And I was like, oh, is it this change what's going on or what? So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you think, Vicky?
Well, I mean, we all know that we're energetic beings. Yeah, we've got energy flowing through us. We're all aware that we've got electricity and energy flowing through us. And everything is just energy. And if you think about it, I'm sure you did this when you were at school. You were told that cells were just like put together and that a table wasn't really solid and all that. Could you remember being told that and it kind of exploded in your head? And you kind of go, but I can see it and I can pick it up. But it's all about energy and molecules and cells and stuff. And there are people who are so knowledgeable on this, but there's a massive scientific background to it. And understanding how the moons and the stars and also to do with your birth sign, how these affect when you were born and your kind of lineage, so your parents and your grandparents and all that kind of stuff. And it is an absolute fascinating. I mean, when you start going down the hole,
what did I miss after all this time? That's the thing, isn't it? You're kind of because it's again, it's like same problem I have with like my topic. It becomes this thing going because we don't talk about it enough because it sounds so out there or things like that. That you don't really take the time to kind of think, is this really affecting me? And what is this actually? What does this mean?
And I think for all of us, and that's what you were saying, that Lucy, for some people, they can feel just like, well, I don't know what it is, but not myself. And that's a big clue that there is something going on that's kind of energetic, that's outside of you, that you're not in control, but you can't put your finger on it. And that's okay. It's okay not to know. And for some people, they can definitely feel a shift. But there's a lot been written about it, hasn't there?
Yeah.
About this new moon in Capricorn.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's more because of the whole world of what we've come to this pause that there seems to be a lot more out there on it this time, and then this year everybody seems to be talking about it. But then I did sign myself up to this light activation masterclass, what was on Zoom on Monday night and Tuesday night by an amazing, I've got it written down here, Claire Keeley, and she's got this gorgeous Irish accent, and we lied on, me and Martha, we did it together, and oh my word, the energy and the way I felt. But I've been completely wiped out for 2 days with this, but I was really looking forward to going doing it last night. I even cancelled a meeting just to go and lie down on the bed and then just do nothing for the rest of the evening and just feel that, how I was feeling, and letting all my worries and all my stress of my clowning work, my entertaining world has brought so much stress, and I've signed myself up to UW, right? Because I've let my worries and I want my clowning just to run itself now, do you know, for the next couple of months, and work's compiling in. It's really strange, these past work's compiling in, and I'm channeling the energy onto something else, which is making me laugh and giggle, because I'm still bringing fun, joy and laughter, but in saving money on your bills.
Well, that'd be cool. That would rather what kind of like edge you've got there to kind of go, you know, my calls are going to be great.
Yes.
I'm bringing fun when you're saving money, bringing fun to it though as well, because I'll be
train call centres. That'll be your job to start doing.
Bring the fun and joy into calls. I love it.
It's amazing. I love it. I just keep laughing to myself every day now. So
brilliant.
And love and light just keeps kind of coming into my head all the time. And it's, if anything, if it's just that love and light, what's been kind of shifted and brought to my awareness more through this change in energy, I'm happy as Lammy with that. I don't care what.
What about you, Jessica? Have you felt any different?
Do you know what? I think it's really interesting, because as much as like Lucy's, I'm probably like the other extreme in the sense of like I have to actually look for it. Does that make sense? I can't really. If I stopped and sat, I'd probably go, actually, the last 2 days were maybe a little bit weird. But because it's so new to me, and because I'm like kind of going, okay, I need to know some of the science behind this, that in a way that it makes me kind of just go, nah, it didn't do anything. But now you said that, Lucy, it's really interesting. My hubby came in, and very unusually came in and just went straight for a cuddle, like the other day, and I was just literally like going, that's quite unlike him. And like, you know, normally it would, you know, he obviously was like, oh, day. Now you say it, I'm thinking, oh, did he just like have a bit of an energy low that it just kind of like it needed to bring it back up? Or was it like because he sits alone in a room all day, like just on Zoom calls? I'm like, oh, fascinating.
Yeah, it is fascinating. It's one of those. So I mean, I know somebody who does kind of all the numerology stuff and goes by your birthday. It could do all the signs, and that's like massively scientific.
Yeah.
And she explained some of the stuff to me, and my head was kind of a bit exploded with it all. But one thing that I do know, and I did actually do a post or a blog on it, and now about how the weather does actually change energetically how we feel, and that is absolutely proven, and it does. So it's the same kind of thing. We've all got a circadian rhythm that basically is dictated by moon and the light and the energies. And I think we were talking about this when we were talking about gut health, that parasites also they come out when there's a moon. So if anybody's ever done a liver cleanse, if you've done it with somebody, they will have said that this is the best time in the moon cycle for you to do it. And there's a reason for that. It's when the parasites are more likely to be awake and doing their thing. So it is a whole area. So if anybody is a specialist on this and you want to share some of your knowledge about the moons and all of it, because I just love the idea of going to like Stonehenge and just being there.
Yeah. Oh, it's amazing. That's where the amazing Grace, I call her, who gave me the necklace, and the ketone magic lady. That's where she hangs out. She's probably there now actually, because that's her favorite.
Well, all the crystals and all of that kind of stuff. And you think about it, it's all stuff that's made by nature, and this is all stuff that's nature, and nature's awesome, isn't it?
It's ancient stuff though as well, isn't it? It's
Yes, and let's go now from ancient stuff to really modern stuff. Specialist days. It was Father's Day on Sunday, wasn't it? Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
That's what she's going to go with. She's going to go,
Do you think? What do you think that it Mother's Day? Yeah, but
Father's Day.
Just like
Man-made days of celebration. What do we think? Definitely not ancient.
definitely
not
not
ancient, yeah.
definitely not ancient.
You kind of do it, don't you? But it's nowhere near as special as Mother's Day. But then, do you need? I don't know.
Did you do it? Did you celebrate it?
Yeah, we did this year only because normally I'm
unsure. It was only 3 days ago. Did I?
Oh, did I do it?
Yes.
Oh,
not that. Not that.
Did you celebrate Father's Day?
Did you get a special treat for Father's Day? I didn't mean that, Lisa. I meant like, did you do something for Father's Day?
Well, I didn't know. I didn't do it.
No, I didn't do that for Father's Day. Did you celebrate though? Did you have a...
Yeah, I celebrated Father's Day only because normally, in normal circumstances, I work at weekends and I would normally probably be working, and I wasn't. So yeah, I thought, well, I just keep going, oh, I'll make the most of this weekend because when I get really busy again, but I've been doing that for 18 months and it comes as a surprise, doesn't it? I'm like, oh, we'll just go for it this weekend because next weekend I'm going to be really, really busy.
So do you buy into this whole special day thing then, Jessica? Is that it? Do you do it or not? Did you do it on
No, did I do it? I didn't do it on and I'd be all right with sharing if I did because it's what I talk about all the time. No, doing it. I didn't do it either way. No, I know we were talking about, like, me and Vicky had a quick chat on Sunday, we were chatting about stuff, and I just, I kind of went, oh no, it's Sunday, it's Father's Day, and I'm hiding in my office, like, and things like that, and doing some work, and I'm very much of the opinion that they put all these kind of days on us, and there can be a lot of guilt that comes with them. There's lots of people out there who don't have, their fathers, anymore, and like, how did they feel about all this kind of stuff? But for me, it's just they've never been a thing. But then nor is anything else. And like you said, this about Mother's Day, like I remember on Mother's Day. And everyone was going, oh, what did you get? What did you do? And I literally went, nothing. And they're like, oh my God, you must be like, literally, are you okay? And I'm like, yeah. Why? Like, why? Because it's been built up as this thing we have to really, really do. And like we're saying, like, where from? Like, and great with this celebration and do stuff. But I feel that I want to celebrate and do stuff with everyone as a family and things like that whenever I can. Like,
yeah, exactly that. Yeah.
Whenever we can, don't use an excuse. Don't want to spend. I hate cards. Oh, I'm one of those people. I confess, I hate cards. Like, even everything. I'm like,
I have to disagree with you on that. I love a card.
See, I don't know.
Hey, Vicky,
I don't know why.
We've got Karen and Caroline on here. I can see popping up in the chat. They're both my friends, and they love a card. They love a card.
I do. I got a card this morning, and I was chuffed. I'm like, oh, post. Oh, and it's not a bill.
It's not a bill.
I was like, I just there's something about getting a card in the post or a card that's been handmade by somebody, and I just think, I do. And at Christmas, I still send cards, and I know trees and wood and being environmentally friendly, I shouldn't, but I do like a card.
Yeah, I don't
but
know
not
why.
a Mother's Day card.
No. But I don't know why I don't. You can explain. We'll go some therapy for that. But I don't know why I don't. I just like,
Do you know what though, ladies? These two ladies are on here. They're always sending cards and presents, right? They love them. And Caroline sent me this one for my birthday. Have you read that one?
No.
Have you read, please?
Read it out loud, the title for us.
I've heard of it, but I've not.
The boy, the mole, the fox, and the horse. That we'll have to do that on another. We'll have to read some little quotes out of there. Honestly, it's an amazing. It's just a little. It's just got lovely quotes in each. Kind of
nice. Oh, are they hand painted as well?
Yeah.
Pictures. Wow. See, cards, hand painted cards. Now
no. No, okay. I'm gonna do this. If someone was to send me like a really nice handwritten card with a little story or a little message in it, fantastic. I love it. I'll put it up on the board, all that kind of stuff. But one that's just literally all they've put is like, to Jess, love, Bob. I'm like, I don't know why.
Because commercialism.
Yes.
Because it's what we've learnt to do.
Yeah.
And that's why I hate the days. I absolutely hate them. Because if you're going to have a Father's Day or a Mother's Day, then what about a sister's day or a brother's day or a nephew's day or an uncle's day or an auntie's day? And it's like, when do you stop? And like we were saying about Valentine's Day. Oh no, did you get a Valentine? Oh, poor you. It's just like, I don't care. Right? I really don't care.
Yeah.
I would tell people all the time, like literally, like I wrote a blog just before Valentine's Day that kind of went, I don't do Valentine's Day. I was like, wait, what a minute, but you do like sex and relationships. Like, how come you don't advocate Valentine's Day? I'm like, no, I advocate it every day.
Every day is Valentine's Day.
Every day.
Yes. Like every day is Mother's Day. Every day is Father's Day. That's what I think. It should be something that we're grateful for, and we show them that we love them, or we tell them where possible, as often as possible. And if it can be every day, brilliant. But if not, it's not once a year.
No, yeah. I only like you for a little bit, just in these hours of like on this particular day that can change
on this
each
particular
year.
Sunday, because it's always a Sunday, isn't it? Apart from Valentine's Day, it's always a Sunday.
Caroline and Karen are definitely all year round. They're putting in the chat box all about friendship and kindness, and cards do mean a lot. Yeah, so it's showing someone you care. So, like you say, it's all year round.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So tell us then, what are you looking forward to this weekend or for the end of this month? Can you believe we're heading towards the end of June? I'm like, how did that happen? What's going on in your world, Jess, this weekend at the end of the month?
What is going on this weekend? I'm still trying to renovate a house, which is just been absolutely crazy, because apparently we decided we could do something for ourselves. Ever made that mistake before? Yeah, just like, I don't know what happened there. So we're kind of like spending weekends doing various things, and then we're living at my parents' at the moment. Anyone done that before? Everyone gone back?
That's challenging.
Yeah. I went, it's fine. I get with my mum. We do stuff all the time. They only live around the corner. I was like, absolutely fine. But it has been like, it's like, are you home for dinner yet? I'm like, I have to tell you if I'm in for dinner. It's just like, I have to kind of tell you where I am going, and it's just been really strange, like that kind of like dynamic coming back, where normally it would just be like, for me, not like me being late home from a meeting, getting the call going, dinner's on the table, how long will you be?
That must be really weird, from having your own household and having your own rules to suddenly almost being transported back to being a kid again. In the nicest possible way. She's looking after you, but
oh god, no, I haven't done a load of washing in 8 weeks. Wow. And it just magically reappears clean and folded. It's like amazing. Exactly. It's like, this is new. Like, it's like, but there's obviously, it comes with other, like, it's just as you say, it's out of the ordinary, it's out of that flow, and you just kind of assume it's fine. I lived with them for 17 years of my life, I'll be fine. But
that's again partly that energetic shift, isn't it? Some bits of it will feel really good, and other bits will be like, oh, this is a little bit weird to get my head around. It feels odd.
It does feel really odd. But so that's my weekend. More renovations. Nothing overly exciting, really.
What about you, Lucy?
Oh, well, I'm having a teetotal 10 days, Vicky, which, because I overindulged this weekend, which was great, absolutely great.
Your birthday?
Extended birthday, drag it out as long as you can. Yeah. So I kind of get excited when I do like the 10 days clean and everything, and feeling that different energy. And I've got a charity event on Saturday, which is brilliant, for Yeah. So it's a big event what's happening at a football club locally, and it's for a little girl who I've seen quite a few times on her doorstep, which I would have normally have seen at Royal Manchester Children's Hospital, because she's had a bone marrow transplant. I think it's bone marrow transplant. So yeah, it's quite nice to go and do an event and for a good cause.
Absolutely.
And see people having fun. So that's that on Saturday. And then I've just put it out there. I've just found another little cafe which I went to with Caroline. It's a cafe wine bar, and on Saturday we striked a little deal for Louby Lou just to come into the garden on Sunday morning, and I've literally just put it out, and that's why you can hear my phone going ping 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 ping, that the tickets are going absolutely crazy. So Caroline, happy days. There's method in. I was like, let's just go and call and even see Colin, see if I can get Louby Lou in the garden. And that's what I love at the moment, how things can just happen literally like that. Whereas like before all this, I always just call it all this. Before all this, it used to take months to plan. And now it's like one post and bish, bash, bosh. So
just do it.
Excited. I'm excited for the weekend now. So
that's another shift in energy then, isn't it? In that how we look at this and the opportunities that this thing has brought up for all of us. Because we've all adapted and done things, but it's a case of allowing stuff in, isn't it? And going with the opportunities as they appear. And I think that's part of the stuff that you're more excited to find more out about, Jessica. But you kind of teach that anyway with what you're doing. It's just kind of in a slightly different way, but it's the same thing.
This is what I mean. When you take it at these different angles and you don't think about it maybe beyond your own little bubble. And that's what I also try and say. We need to break our little bubbles of like what actually is and kind of learn all this other stuff around us. Even if we're not interested in it. And it sounds, I always say it's really backwards, but even if it's not something we know that we'd go and do, like in the sense of like, would I have crystals all over my desk? No, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't understand what they meant. And I had that same conversation about sex, gender, relationships, all that kind of stuff. Like just because you're not going to be in that space doesn't mean that as a judge to create a judgment-free, shame-free environment, we need to kind of be always absorbing and learning and taking it all in.
Absolutely. And there's always so much more to learn. And if you're open to that by default opens you up to different energies and different opportunities.
Exactly.
Vicky,
what about you, Vicky? Tell us what.
I thought I'd nicely scooted out of that question.
You keep doing that. We've noticed
you caught me. So I work at weekends. But I love what I do. So it doesn't really feel like work. So on Saturday, we actually, not every Saturday, but this Saturday for sure, we are going to our local farmers market. So I live in North London, and there's an amazing farmers market at Parliament Hill School. And so they have like all of these stalls all set out in what is normally the kids' playground. And they're all, well, they're not like local, but they're all from not amazingly far away. And so it just kind of helps us to stay true to what I believe in and practice what I preach. So we get in the organic, stuff, and it's whole milk that you take your own milk bottle and recycle out of a machine and stuff like that. And all the homemade cheeses, you get to taste stuff too. So little freebies, and it's just really nice. It's just a really nice kind of couple of hours out. I don't cook. I love food, but I'm a rubbish cook, as my daughter will testify. So she goes with a list and she says all of the stuff that we need to get, and I just I drive and I go along for the ride. So that's fun. And I have personal training clients that I have sessions with in person, yay, which is nice on a Saturday morning. Not all of them, so I have one in person, two by Zoom, and then Sunday I actually teach a step class on Zoom on a Sunday morning. We have my Sunday morning crew who we just get seriously hot and sweaty. So that's kind of Sunday, and I have a personal training client who I see in person before that as well. And then Sunday afternoon is free day, and we haven't got anything planned. So it's a case of let's see what the weather's like. What do we want to do? And who knows, we've got this thing at the moment of wanting to have a look at stuff that's local. You know how you live in an area and you forget to look at stuff that's right on your doorstep?
All the time.
Well, now we can go out. We're planning on doing that for the next few months. So that's so who knows where Sunday will take us this week. It's going to be a surprise.
It's all that slowing down though, isn't it? When someone says to you about like, they came all this way and they went here, and you're going, that's on my doorstep, and I haven't even done that myself. You know, I haven't been there or experienced that. Or it's funny how we kind of get like really blinded by what's right in front of us.
And I think, do you know what? I think anybody listening in your local area, I bet we all do it. It's kind of, well, it's there. We can go anytime. We never actually do.
That's what I say to people when it comes to sex. I'm like, your partner's there anytime. So that's why they stop doing it, because you can just do it tomorrow.
That's why you've got to make a date.
That's what you've got to plan it. You've got to put it in the diary.
Put it in the diary. Put it in the diary. I love that one. Put it in the diary.
Put it in the diary.
Oh,
excellent.
Amazing.
Well, it's been a joy, ladies. And for those of you watching on replay, we would love you to put some comments. Please do put #replay if you're watching on replay. Yeah. If you want to connect with us, all of the information is available. So please do. We would love to just have conversations with you. Just connect and say hi. We saw you. We don't know what you were talking about or why, but we saw you. If you do have anything that you want us to cover, like a topic that's really close to your heart, please share that with us, because we're doing this for ourselves to make us feel good. But what we want to do more than anything is help you guys to feel more comfortable talking about the stuff that perhaps you think you shouldn't be. So on that note, I'm going to say goodbye, Lucy. I'm
going to say goodbye, but I want to just ask you both one question. One thing, and people can pop it in the chat box as well. One thing, what lights you up? Because we're talking about the sun. Music. Jessica. Go on, Jessica.
My head, honestly to God, it just said boobs, and I don't know why. They light me up.
Love it.
I was looking at some really erotic art earlier and thinking about I want some for my rooms, and it was a lot of like, so yeah, my lights me up.
Love it. Boobs. Love it. Boobs. So what about you, Lucy?
Music and smiles. Hey.
Smiles. Yay. So share with us yours, folks. Put it in the comments. And guys, I will see you next week. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.